Boom! We are live. Welcome to What the Block. I'm Alon Gorin. I'm one of the founding partners of Draper Gorin Home. Today we've got an awesome show. We have Jude Regev, Jude from SmartSwap. You guys know him from our events as Jude. He's his own character. I'm excited to have him on. We're going to talk about his new product he launched called SmartSwap. But before I do that, I almost forgot. If you are watching this right now on Twitter or YouTube or LinkedIn, feel free to comment, and we can bring your comments and questions up on the screen. But also, make sure you subscribe at those places so that next time we go live, you're the first to see it. Jude, how are you doing?
Wow, what a beautiful week, isn't it?
$1 trillion Bitcoin.
It's like a Christmas come earlier.
That's right.
Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Everything is booming back. Everything is kind of out of control. And it's looked like everybody that say a few weeks ago, all this blockchain nonsense, I don't want any tokens, give me equity, now switch it back and say, I don't want your equity, give me your tokens.
It's really funny. We talked about that. We talked about that yesterday, and we've been talking about it a lot, right? The idea of the fact that, how much of the investor mindset is driven by greed. Right? The people who a couple months ago were saying tokens are a scam, ICOs were a scam, this is a scam, and it wasn't a scam, they lost money. Now all of a sudden are looking at companies who are fundraising and all that and going like, when are you launching a token? Are you launching a token? Like it's very, very funny to see this happen in real time.
Yeah. And I'm sure that people that watching want to learn about what's next, what can benefit, what is in it for them, where the market is going. And today I want to share something that we worked on for a very long time. And even today is more important than when we start working on it. And it's called SmartSwap. And the idea of the SmartSwap is that it's one click, slippage-free cost chain, right? Swap. So what that means is that there is a lot of DeFi platform out there like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or all those alike, and they all do the same. Actually, everyone copy from each other, the same code even. And everybody have basically two pools that you can redeem your tokens from or buy your token from, but every time you're doing it, you end up with some slippage, right? So if you distress to sell your tokens, you have kind of potential to lose, not because of the fees, because of the slippage. But it's no different than going to the exchange, and when something is dropping, let's say Bitcoin is crashing and you want to drop your tokens, you're going to lose some anyway as well, right? So The only difference between DeFi to centralized exchange, because centralized exchange may take longer, that because you don't do peer-to-contract, you do peer-to-peer, so you need someone to take your order like counterparty. And if the market already go down, then you need to redo your offer again in order to catch, again, a better price to sell for. And people find both very interesting, right? Centralized exchange and decentralized exchange. But we heard in the last kind of very long time, a lot of people that say, I don't want to sell my token at short cost, right? I just want to swap from token A to token B. Why every time I want to move from A to B, beside the fees, which is not much, I need to lose for volatility, which is a lot, right?
Well, there's also some of the most popular solutions that are out there will take your positive slippage as well, right? So there's been a lot of flack on a couple of the sort of Ethereum swap tools because for that reason, because their profits come in basically taking that positive slippage from the user. It's one of the reasons why I love Total as a product. If you look at Total as a product and you add in the fact that every single time you make a trade, if there's positive slippage, which is most of the time, you get to keep that positive slippage. it destroys the competition in terms of cost. But how does that work cross-chain, right? So what you're doing is the cross-chain solution. And you're specifically working with the Binance chain, right?
Yeah, and it's not limited for Binance. We'll touch that in a second. So the main idea is that people a lot of the time just want to move from token A to token B, not in order to be smart and beat bot and algorithmic AI technology, because it's not really realistic. They just want to move A to B, and they don't want to lose between, right? And when it comes A to B and the B is in different network, that's even more difficult. So, for example, moving from Ethereum to Binance or Binance back to BNB to ETH, it can take 4 or 5 clicks, right? If you using today's solution in the market. And what we created using the SmartSwap, we created a new technology that basically allow users to swap between 2 assets. It doesn't matter if it's ERC20, ERC20, or BP20, BP20, or even cross-chain, BP20 to ERC20 or BNB to Ethereum, and everything being done by 1 click. Now, most important is that I can even just share my screen to show how it looks like.
Yeah, I might have to turn off the funny banner thing if you want to show it.
Here we go. I'm sharing something.
Let's see if it works. Oh, here I have to click on this one.
Yeah. So the SmartSwap is basically very simple page that you come with your wallet, right? You integrate your wallet. Doesn't matter if it's Binance based or Ethereum based, and you choose your asset. Now, right now we are offering BNB and Ethereum, but in a few days we'll start to add more tokens, so you can click on each of them and you have a list of tokens to choose from. Now, once you choose your asset, pay attention that you don't say, I want to give 1 BNB. You say how much money you want to give. You see, for example, $100. You don't say, I want to give 1 BNB or 100 BNB and get 0.1 something each, right? So you just say what's the face value that you want to give, and the face value is based on the market average price, and you have to receive exactly the same face value, which means there is no chance that you can get 99 or 101. You have to get exactly 100 against 100. And you can see here below that it's give you the estimate how much you will give versus how much you will get, right? Now, once you're sending the order, right, once you connect your wallet and sending the order, what will happen is that you don't even need to pay the Ethereum fees if you're switching from Binance. You pay the Ethereum fees with BNB. Or the other way around, right? If you want to give ETH and get BNB, you don't even need to have BNB on your wallet to pay the BNB gas. You pay it with Ethereum, right? So it's truly 1-click swap that you just come with your original token, send it away, pay the gas, and receive to the same wallet. You don't even need a new wallet. Same wallet, you receive the BNB to, right? So all the thing that you need to do is go to your MetaMask and change from Ethereum to Binance in order to review the tokens that coming in. Once you execute the order, you will have a ledger that show you the Ether scan and the Binance the Binance Smart Chain scan, so you can see the transaction take place. Now, one of the things that is very important is that we try to keep it simple and without volatility. So wherever you're swapping between assets, you don't lose for slippage. But since there is also, and there is always going to be some cost for gas, right? And some fees. So we want to reimburse user completely with these costs. So that means every time you're swapping between never mind which tokens and you pay few dollars here or few dollars there, we will reimburse user with the same equal amount with our original token, smart tokens. Now, it's very important to understand something. When you go to Uniswap and you want to swap something, you know that they have liquidity because people contribute as a LP, they contribute liquidity, right? And same thing with any other similar concept, right? What we do, it's totally different. What we do, we basically find a way how to connect CeFi, right, to power the DeFi. So I will give you an example what that means. Imagine to yourself that we have 2 pools and people contribute as a LP to those pools, right? And what will happen is that once the pulse ratio is changing, let's say we have $1 million in one pool, $1 million in the other pool, and people start to swap from one pool to another, right? So eventually we'll end up with 1.8 million and 200, right? Because the ratio has been changed. So what will happen then, the smart contract will trigger a flash swap. It will go to Binance or other centralized exchanges, and you will give them $500,000, and on the same click, same transaction, it will get back $500,000, right? With different tokens.
Yes, the idea is that you use the centralized exchange to rebalance the liquidity pools on each side so that it's close to unlimited as possible.
Exactly. So why it's important? It's important because if you come to a big player like PancakeSwap or Uniswap on those two exchanges, you're choosing those guys because they have small slippage, because they have deep liquidity, right? Here we say you don't have any slippage, and you have unlimited liquidity because every time the pool's ratio changing, the CeFi basically balances that back. Now, as a user, you do not interact with the CeFi. And it's very important. It's like, think about it. Why people, even though it's very expensive to deal with PayPal, why people prefer PayPal over banks? Because with bank, you have a long-term process to do in order to wire small change, and with PayPal, even though it's more costly, it's one click. It's just send money to email or phone number and you're done, right? So here we are a layer on top of the CeFi, and instead of you log into Binance and place an order and maybe lose because somebody else tried to place a bid below and you try to catch that bid, here you can enjoy from the same liquidity from those centralized exchange, but without the slippage. Right? Makes sense? And it's unlimited, so we don't need billions of zillion LPs like Uniswap in order to satisfy the market. We can work with very little in order to do that. And another thing is that the fees that coming in, basically going back to the users, the 0.3% that we're charging for every swap, we're feeding the smart tokens. So Uniswap usually give it to the LP. We're giving that back to the users, right? So the smart token will increase value. And for the LP that's going to participate and contribute tokens to liquidity funds to our pools, they're going to enjoy from spread. I will explain why. Because when users are swapping between two assets, we're given the market average price, right? Whatever is in CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. But when we're buying from CeFi, we don't have to use the average. We can search for spread in the market. And therefore, the entire spread will be stay in the pool, benefit the LPs. So it's much more benefit LPs to contribute fund into those kind of pool versus Uniswap alike that give you only 0.3%. Make sense?
Absolutely. So what I'd also like to it's very cool. So I mean, it's I like the new model behind it all, and I think that what's important for some people to hear is why this is important in general. Because I think more and more every day now we're seeing people, play with products on the Binance chain, play with products on layer 2s. On Ethereum there might be Matic for others, but there's the Binance chain, there's Tezos, there's Polkadot, there's Zilliqa, there's everywhere else, right?
Yes. So first, what we built can fit not just for Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. It actually can fit for Tezos and others. We can basically put it on any other chains. And think about it. You have a T-Mobile. I have a TNT. We both can talk each other no matter which network we belong to. Why the heck is not happening in the blockchain? Why people, locked in a cage if they belong to central to main network versus other network, right? Why small network cannot boom like Ethereum just because they come later, right? That haven't been the first one. So by building this bridge, we will allow people to move freely between all the network, and it doesn't matter which network you belong to. Now, we actually created something very cool with this technology. We have another project, as you know, Jointer, which is a daily auction, right? And Jointer being built on top of the Binance Smart Chain, right? Because we want people to come in and process fast and cheap transaction and not pay $100 fees like they are rich people, right? So we build it on Binance Smart Chain. But using this technology, we actually create ability for people to contribute with Ethereum. You can come to the jointer auction with your Ethereum wallet, send it, and basically behind the scene it will be swapped in your behalf on the same click to BNB and contribute as a BNB, and you don't need to do anything. So what that means? That means that if there is project out there that been built on Ethereum, been built on Binance Smart Chain in order to save cost as a gas and speed up the process for the user, we can welcome money for them from Ethereum, right, for free. Yeah. We don't even charge for that. We'll give them that service for free, and we're going to help them out, right? We will help them to build something that everybody can contribute with Ethereum on their platform. And for people that have tokens, there is a lot of projects out there that have tokens. And I know some of them on big exchange, some of them on small exchange, some of them don't have any exchange, right? So what we will offer is basically the SmartSwap that you see over here. We're going to offer a free license. What that means, a free license? That means that everyone that have a project, it will be able to have his own SmartSwap, his own domain, his own design.
Is it just an open source code that they can implement, like a snippet of code or an API?
We will build
every Binance chain product will be able to use this and basically accept ETH as payment, and it'll automatically swap it for them and take care of it, right?
Yeah, so right now, if someone wants to get ETH as a payment for his Binance project, you need to contact us because we don't have yet drag and drop, play easy, like do it by yourself, but it's no big deal. We can like very short time. So if there is project out there that needs such kind of solution, we can help them out. If someone will need, let's say I have a token and I'm a project and I want user to have liquidity for my token, I can have a SmartSwap license. Everybody can have a SmartSwap license and they can call it whatever they like, design it as much as they want. And what it's very beautiful about it is that their token will be first. When you have the list of the token, their token is going to be first because it's their exchange. And when we're charging 0.3% and reimbursed users with our tokens, those projects can charge even more. They can charge, let's say, another 0.1% and reimburse with their token. So they can decide how much they want to charge extra and how much they want to reimburse. Actually, reimbursements have to be equal because users should not get paid at the end of the day. You need to be fully reimbursed, as I say. And user can have that SmartSwap. And what's cool about it is that think about Google, right? Before Google started, every advertising company had a McDonald's, have a Coca-Cola, and then Google coming in with falafel stores, right? Like long tail small stores, right? And they become the biggest ever, right? I think that if there is so many projects out there and each one of them will have its own SmartSwap and it will contribute its own 10,000 users, right? Eventually, because it's a one big network, the liquidity and the traffic for everybody will be bigger. Everybody will be able to enjoy from common share marketing traffic. So it may even compete eventually with the big guys as a long tail. It can even be a nice player in the market. Either way,
I just wanna know. So, when are you launching Falafel Swap? I think did I misunderstand?
No, I said when Google started.
Make it better. It's funny. It's really funny. Totally side note, not related at all. Adele, who I don't remember if Adele was on this. Yes, Adele was on this so far, right? I've so many talks with Adele. Dr. Adele El-Naziri. He's working on a really cool project. Behind the scenes, he was testing some stuff. And he sent it to me, and it was a website, I think, called Falafel Swap, or like you staked an NFT, you received falafel. I hope I didn't just let some secret out of the bag. But I'm all in when I hear falafel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. So the main concept here is that we want to create something that, and listen, I'm a user that trading, but also holding. And when I'm holding, sometimes I just want to change the holding and I don't want to lose my portfolio just because I want to move from A to B. And as we talk in the future, there will be a lot of time that people just want to change assets let's say in the future you will have token belong to Amazon and Starbucks and whatever, right? And you just want to move from A to B. You don't want every time you move to lose, right? Or log in to some exchange or do KYC, and it's a
well, it's also what's unique about crypto and special about crypto. It's like saying, I want to sell my GameStop shares for US dollars, and I want to take the US dollars and I want to buy Tesla. Why can't I just swap one for one? Like, that's the whole one of the benefits of crypto. That's one of the whole points and concepts of an atomic swap, right?
Correct. And that's very important. And by the way, it's even friendly for taxes, because if you're sending $100 and buy $100 and you don't have again, by the end of the year you file, I don't have again, I don't have a loss, right? So I basically kind of position. But again, in the United States can be different because they want your money anyway. That being said, what we plan next? We plan to launch soon. By the way, right now is a testnet. If you're looking on that, it's a testnet. There is some issue on Binance when it comes to the testnet oracle. So we try overnight to build our own testnet oracle in order to show you. But my team said they need 2 more hours, because usually to build that oracle, you need like 10 days. So building it overnight, it's a little bit challenging.
I believe in you. You guys can do in one day what takes everyone else 10 days.
Oh, yeah. We can land stuff on the Mars. Don't worry about it.
That was you yesterday, right?
Yep. And what we plan to launch the SmartSwap in the next few days. It will start without fees, and there is no reimbursement. The token will not be exist in the first few days. We'll give people free to go and use it just to play around, to enjoy from that. And then we're planning to do a pre-sale for our smart token. We're going to use some different platform. One of them is another platform that we own, which is the Binance Smart Chain Swap, the B-Swap. We're going to launch over their IDO platform, so everybody can launch their own tokens on it. So we will do that as well for ourselves. And we're also talking with centralized exchange in order to participate. So here, if you're looking on my screen, here on the top, there is a pre-sale. Do you see here?
Hey, by the way, if anybody is listening, we have a few thousand people who listen every week on the podcast. This is a good reminder to go to YouTube and subscribe there and check in so that you don't miss anything that Jude is showing on his screen as well. So go to LinkedIn or go to YouTube, to these places, and subscribe to the LA Blockchain Summit pages. Okay, you show your screen. Thank you.
So when you click on the SmartSwap pre-sale, we created, in the last few minutes, we create some kind of a form that people can just drop us an email or something and tell us once the pre-sale will be announced and will be live, please send us some kind of notification so we'll know about it. So whoever want to know first about when it's going to be live, the pre-sale, and when and how and everything, he should drop his email or any type of communication or Twitter, and we will let them know before that. We already have a lot of serious investors that interested in take place and be part of that run. So we try to keep it that it will not be only VCs, but also it will be regular people that want to catch the trend before it's leaving the station. So we want everybody to enjoy from the ground floor. It's very important to understand that we are not doing any pre-minting. So as founders, we minting for ourselves 0. We don't going to mint anything for ourselves. We will have a management fee that we're receiving like any other platform as we're going, but we mostly build that as a non-profit organization for ourselves. So it's leverage our other project that we have, and we thought that if we have so many projects that we're launching, how come every time I only limit to CeFi, and if there's some kind of DeFi, it's not really answering my question. So we thought that if it benefits us, it may benefit everybody else.
Awesome, and we'll have you back to talk about it. This is a good spot for me to throw in this is not investment advice and not securities and all that stuff that I forgot to do at the beginning of the show. I'll add before the podcast goes live. But the one set of investment advice, I think this was the best comment of the day. I do think, when the mood is right, swapping falafel for bolekas is a good idea. So thanks, Corey.
Corey is
So hey, we're running out of time actually, and so I really appreciate you being on. Thank you everyone for joining. Actually, one thing I need to throw out there too is go to drapergorenhome.com/events. We have not only this every Friday morning, but Adam is doing blockchain and booze every Tuesday night, and he is absolutely killing it. Next week, we have the mayor of Miami on with him. It's going to be really fun. But of course, all of our big events of the year, we're going to do a global DeFi summit again. We're going to do LA Blockchain Summit at the end of the year. But the next one, March 25th, is a security token summit. Make sure you join us for Security Token Summit. It's going to be really exciting. Jude, any last words? Where can people find you? SmartSwap.exchange. You don't have a Twitter account personally, right?
No, I hate those stuffs. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about to do something that I like. I may launch that soon because I so don't like all this social blah 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 paka and I don't like it. I like when people really do something else. So I don't want to disclose what I'm thinking because it's never been done before. So I may come up with something for ourselves that can other people use it. But we do have Twitter and everything for our network. We have kind of 250,000 people over there, and we have our team maintain that. But I'm not really participating and that's
all right. So go to So the best place to go is SmartSwap.exchange.
The best place to reach me it's in LinkedIn, right?
Okay.
LinkedIn will be the best place to reach me. I will say that's the best place.
Sounds good.
If someone wants our help, to get a license or basically to help them to raise money from Ethereum, right? If you have a Binance platform and you need to raise money from Ethereum network users, we can help with that too.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Jude. We'll do this again. Thanks everyone for listening on all the platforms and the podcast and everything. We will see you next week. Thanks everyone.